Drift back to the familiar world of Lumenwood and visit a bookshop unlike any other. One that floats among the clouds high above the waking world. Guided by Aerin, the gentle caretaker of this extraordinary place, you'll wander quiet aisles filled with forgotten stories, discover cozy reading nooks bathed in golden light, and watch the clouds drift peacefully beyond tall arched windows. This calming sleep story is designed to help you release the day, quiet a busy mind, and settle into deep relaxation. With gentle imagery, a comforting atmosphere, and Aerin's reassuring presence, you'll be invited to slow down, breathe deeply, and rest in a place where every story finds the reader who needs it most. You are listening to The Bookshop in the Clouds. Welcome to the Whispering Willow. I'm Diana, and tonight you will return to the familiar, enchanted forest of Lumenwood. If you've enjoyed other Lumenwood stories, you will remember that this forest is quiet, watchful, and softly lit with strands of light woven gently between the trees. In Lumenwood, there is nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go, nothing waiting for you beyond this moment. So just allow yourself to settle. Take a slow breath in, filling gently, and let it fall away just as softly. Do this 2 more times. As you do, let your shoulders drop, your jaw loosen, your brows smooth, and settle deeply into the surface supporting you. You've worked hard today, and now it's time to relax and enjoy the story. You find yourself once more at the edge of the forest of Lumenwood. The air is cool but soft. There is no sharpness here, only a quiet clarity. The trees rise around you, tall and steady, their branches arching gently overhead, almost as though they are reaching out to welcome you with a warm embrace. Leaves shift softly, carried by a breeze so light you almost don't feel it. And between the trees, you see the familiar strands of light, just as you remember, golden, slow, intentional. They drift quietly, as though time itself moves differently here. You take a step forward. The ground beneath you is soft with leaves, layered and welcoming. You take a deep, calming breath. The scent of the forest rises gently around you. Rich earth warmed by countless seasons. Soft moss. Fallen leaves resting where they landed. There is a freshness here. A quiet blend of cedar, damp soil, and the faint sweetness of leaves slowly returning to earth. The scent settles around you, grounding and comforting, as though the forest itself is breathing beside you. Each step you take settles easily. There is no resistance, no need to think about where to go. The forest always guides you, and you let go and put yourself in its hands, without direction, without urgency. As you move deeper into the forest, walking slowly, the rhythm of your steps begins to match your breath. In and out, step and step. The deeper you move into Lumenwood, the quieter everything becomes. Not empty, there is plenty of life here, just softened by the denseness of the foliage, as though sound itself has learned to rest in this space. You pass trees you somehow recognize, though you've never named them. Their trunks wide, their bark textured with time. Their roots stretch gently across the ground, not to cause you to stumble, but to remind you that everything here is connected. And when you are in the forest, you are connected too, a part of all that exists here. After a time, almost without noticing exactly when, something shifts. The forest is still surrounding you, but there is a feeling of subtle change. The light moves differently. The air feels different, perhaps just a touch lighter. And ahead, you see a path you don't remember seeing there before. Instead of winding deeper into the forest, it seems to rise. At first, it feels like a gentle incline, the ground still soft and familiar. But as you continue, the texture beneath you begins to change. Leaves give way to soft moss. Moss gives way to something lighter still. And suddenly you are walking on the memory of earth, as opposed to earth itself. The roots are thin, becoming strands, delicate like woven threads. The air grows cooler, moister. The trees stretch higher, their branches reaching upward as though guiding you along. You follow. There is no fear here, no question, no effort or strain. It all feels natural, a feeling of being carried, being cared for. The canopy begins to part now, slowly and gently, until above you the sky reveals itself. Deep, vast, filled with stars. At first, you see only a few soft points of light, then more, until the sky feels endless, and still the path continues upward. It is not steep or difficult. It just continues rising, as though the forest itself is lifting you. You feel completely safe, and comfortable. You pause for a moment because something inside you notices you are no longer fully in the forest and not yet fully in the sky. You are between, in a sort of threshold where both exist at once. The trees remain below, their presence steady. The stars remain above, wide and open, and here you feel weightless, but held, always safe. Ahead, a soft glow begins to gather. It looks warm and inviting. It feels steady and safe. And gradually, a shape forms within it. You see wooden shelves curving gently, structures that feel grown, not built, much like the library in the trees, with branches that have learned to hold stories. Yet this is not a library, but a bookshop. The space floats, not as though it might drift away. It feels completely stable and secure, tethered to its position, yet it is suspended, as though it breathes. You have a sense that this place has been waiting just for you. You step forward. There is no doorway, no boundary, only a gentle shift, and you go from being outside to being inside. The air here is still and calm, perfectly balanced. The shelves curve around you, filled with books. Some are worn smooth with time. Others look faintly luminous. There is no clutter here, no excess, only what belongs. The air carries a fragrance unlike any ordinary bookshop, a blend of aged pages, smooth cedar, and something light and sweet, like wildflowers gathered from distant meadows, carried here on the clouds themselves. The scent is gentle, familiar somehow, as though every favorite story you've ever loved has left behind the faintest trace of itself, lingering quietly in the air around you. And you begin moving forward. As you do, you notice someone standing near one of the shelves. He is arranging a small stack of books, moving slowly and intentionally, as though there is no reason to rush. The warm glow of the lanterns catches the silver threads woven through his dark hair. His clothing is simple, a long moss green coat softened with age and wear, and a cream-colored shirt beneath. A pair of round spectacles rests low on his nose. They seem to belong there. When he notices you, a gentle smile appears on his face, warm and easy, the kind of smile that makes you feel immediately welcome. He closes the book in his hands and steps forward slowly to greet you. "Good evening," he says softly. His voice is calm, like pages turning in a quiet room. "My name is Aerin." He places a hand lightly against his chest and inclines his head. "Welcome to the floating bookshop." There is something reassuring about him. Not that he seems extraordinary, but because he seems completely at home here, as though he has spent years among these shelves, helping stories find the people who need them most. And somehow you feel certain you have arrived exactly where you are meant to be, at exactly the right time. Aerin moves gently, reaching toward a shelf. He does not search. It is as though he simply knows. He lifts a book and steps closer, placing it softly into your hands. It feels warm, perfectly weighted. Then he says, "I think you'll like this one, my dear." This one doesn't ask anything of you. You can simply rest inside it. You reach out and take the book, holding it in your hands. And as you do, you feel a sense of calm wash over you. As you feel the texture of the cover, the quiet warmth it carries, you feel no urgency to open it, as though holding it for a moment is part of an important ritual. You close your eyes and feel something loosening within you, something softening, settling. You pause, simply enjoying the feeling of that moment. Then, after a time, you take a deep breath and open your eyes. You notice a chair waiting quietly beside a small table. The chair is unlike any you've seen before, and it beckons to you. Its frame appears to have grown from a single piece of pale wood, the arms curving like the branches of a young tree. Generous cushions in shades of sage and cream invite you to settle in. A small footstool waits nearby, and a knitted blanket rests over one arm, as though Aerin has just stepped away for a moment. The chair sits beside a towering window, overlooking an endless sea of clouds, making it feel less like a seat and more like a space set aside for dreaming. You turn and look at Aerin as though seeking his permission, for you're certain it's his chair. "The books here are a little unusual," he says, a warm smile touching his face. "They aren't stories about heroes or adventures." He glances toward the book in your hands. "They're collections of peaceful moments, places to visit, gardens, cottages, quiet shores, small moments people wished they could keep forever. Please take a seat and relax," he says, gesturing to the chair. Certain this is where you're meant to be, and having Aerin's permission, you take a seat. As you do, you feel a sense of warmth moving through you. a sense of security and comfort. Knowing this is Aerin's chair somehow consoles you. You settle into the comfort of it, the familiarity, the book resting easily in your hands, and for a moment you just relax, peering out the large window at the starlight, shimmering off the billowing clouds. You imagine Aerin spending quiet evenings here, a book in hand, watching the clouds wander across the night sky, just as you are now. It's easy to understand why he would choose to place his chair in this spot. The peaceful view stretches endlessly before you, somehow reassuring in its vastness. This is a sight like no other. Viewing the endless sky from the vantage of the clouds. And it occurs to you how rare and special this opportunity is. After a time, you open the book. The pages don't demand attention. There is nothing here that draws you in. The pages and the words there simply exist. The words move slowly, like breath, like the shifting of leaves in the fall. They feel warm and glow like the fairy light in the forest. You don't need to follow them. You don't need to understand. You can simply sit with them. And as you do, small impressions begin to emerge. A moonlit garden, a quiet cottage beside the sea, a lantern glowing in a distant window, soft images drifting through your mind as naturally as a dream beginning to form. As your eyes move across the page, certain words do stand out, not because you're searching for them, but because they seem to find you. A phrase about a peaceful journey, a description of gentle rain against a window, the image of a winding forest path covered on either side with flowers. Each image arrives softly, then drifts away again, leaving behind only a feeling of peace and comfort and joy. You feel happy sitting here. As you sit, your body begins to soften. Your shoulders release just a little more. Your arms grow heavier, resting. Your breath slows in and out. The edges of the space begin to blur. The shelves soften. The light dims slightly. Even the stars beyond become gentler. You rest your head against the back of Aerin's chair. The book grows lighter in your hands, or perhaps you are simply letting go. Aerin remains quiet and steady, tending to his books, as he was before you came, as he will after you leave. He walks near and places the blanket over your lap. He is not watching or guiding you. He is just holding the space. And it occurs to you that in the library, Leora was the keeper of stories preserved, while here in the bookshop, Aerin is the keeper of stories in motion. And that sweet thought and the memories that are attached to it make you smile and sink a little deeper into the chair. Slowly, without you noticing when it happens, the book closes. Your hands come to stillness. The chair, the shelves, the light, all soften, not disappearing, but fading, receding. Your feet have been tucked up underneath you. You have snuggled into the blanket, settling further, sinking deeper, letting go. You are held again as you were in the forest. Nothing to do, nothing to carry, nothing to finish. There is only rest. Your breath slows. Your body stills. The quiet deepens. The space around you and within you becoming one and the same. And somewhere, softly, Lumenwood remains. The forest, the castle, the cottage, the library, the floating bookshop in the clouds, all are there whenever you need them, perfectly situated to provide you exactly what you need whenever you need it. Now, rest deeply and drift into comfortable, peaceful sleep. Good night.